depending on what you're doing. The reason we set it for 3 today was very simply to just get used to set a pattern, break a pattern. Set a pattern, break a pattern. We're dealing with this a lot in our script class with stand-up comedy. That's your job. Your job is to take us down a path, get us to see something and expect something, and then when you take us off that path, that's where you get your laugh. Because you're expecting us to say something, and then we say something else, right? So that's the concept of that idea. So I want to go through really quick a couple terms for our new people so they can get caught up. First off, if you're new, stand up really quick so we can see you. Give a round of applause for our new All right, welcome guys, welcome. Okay, so to get started each week, we usually do some form of drills, okay? And what we're going to drill each week is some form of what we call our expos, E-X-P-O-S for your notes, expos. Expos cover 3 things. Someone give me the first one, raise your hand. Yes, Melissa.
Who?
Who, what does who mean?
Who the characters are, of course.
That's right, who they are to each other. So what is the relationship between the 2 characters on stage? We're always, in every scene, either building that or developing it further. Okay, great. Our second one is Saya in the back.
What?
What, meaning what?
It means what are you doing, like in the scene? Like what are you guys doing together?
What are you doing physically in the scene / what is the reason you're in the same space? What is your purpose for being together inside of the scene? Very good. And our third one, James.
Where?
Where, or our location, okay? At all times, in all scenes, we are somehow furthering either the location, the relationship, or the things that we're doing together, okay? So what we do in this class is we start, just like a basketball player drilling free throws, we drill the idea of the expos, okay? This last month, we started our quarter on game, on how to play game, what game is in improv, and what we do with it. So let's start with that quick pop quiz. Raise your hand if you know what the definition of improv game is. Improv game. Chad.
So improv game is when you find something weird and then you try to heighten it and you make it for comedic effect.
Very good, very good. So in order to do that, you must have first a base reality. The base reality must be there first so that we know the who, what, and where and understand it. And then something at some point either will be injected or will come up organically as an unusual thing. Okay? The UCB example of this is a dentist who anesthetizes people with a brick. Okay? He has a justifiable reason why he does this. I'll go into that in a minute. So that's game. Game is the unusual thing that happens either organically or inorganically in a scene. Okay? So once we have game, what do we do then? What's the word?
Frame it.
Frame it, Jem. That's right. Everybody do this for me. Frame.
Frame.
Okay. So how do we frame a some unusual thing that we hear or see? What is 2 ways? One of 2 ways that you can frame it. Yes.
Repeat.
Repeat. That's right. So I say I'm going to hit you with a brick to get it done. What might you say back?
You're going to hit me with a brick?
That's simple. You just repeats it right back to me. So if you're in a scene and someone repeats back to you the exact thing you said to them, you can assume they see some kind of game they want to play, and they want to secret language you and say, hey, I see this game. You may or may not realize you did it, but I want you to know I see it, and I want us to play that game. So yes, you can repeat it back. What's the other way? Jane?
You question it.
You question it. That's right. I'm sorry, did you say you're going to hit me with a brick? Right? You just question it right back to them. So either one of those 2 things will then frame the game. Once it's been framed, what happens next is the person who said it has to justify. They now have to have a reason behind it. So the person anesthetizing with the brick, they are doing this because people die all the time from going under in a surgery. But not many people die from a concussion. So he's got a justifiable reason. So as that happens, the client in the chair might continue to question that. Then question their credentials, which he shows them on the wall. Question some other thing. And like, the longer you can question, the more that you can sit there and like honestly, from a wholehearted wanting to understand it better attitude, do that, you're going to be able to do what's called slow playing. And slow play is where you want to live. Because you got to find a game, create the game, identify the game, and then when you have the game, you want to slow play it. We don't want to rush our games at all, because once you get out of the game, guess what? What do you have to do next? You have to find another game, right? Which is challenging. It's really hard to find a funny game inside of a scene. So when you have it, you don't want to abandon it and just move on until you've squeezed all the juice out of that thing. Everybody follow that? Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start off with our drills tonight. So let's go ahead and get, let's see, let's get 8 actors up on stage who've been here last month. So leave me out.
Go.
Oh, stand kind of in the middle, but not really.
Perfect.
Sides or
Okay,
middle?
great.
I'm picking
Awesome. All right, so we split it into 2 sides for our drills, okay? So let's line up evenly on both sides. Perfect. Let me get this camera out of the way. All right, Chad, can you put the 2 marks here in the middle for me? Thank you. So this first round will be for our new people. This is just our basic round of who, what, where, okay? So we're not inserting anything unusual for this round. We're just doing our quick drills. Normal who, normal what, normal where, okay? So the way this works for our new students, we put our hands up, everybody. I say 1, 2, 3. We clap, 2 people hit the middle. Everyone must clap. Everyone stays locked in on the sides. If you don't, I send your whole group down. Okay, this side will plainly say the who, this side will plainly say the what, and this side will plainly say the where. Here we go.
We are lovers.
We are out to dinner.
At a restaurant.
1, 2, 3.
We're best friends.
At the zoo.
Nope, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, what? Looking at your Christmas lights.
At the Phoenix Zoo.
1, 2, 3.
I'm a waiter, you're a diner.
And I'm arguing about the steak not being good.
At the restaurant.
1, 2, 3. Let's get in the habit of naming things as we go along as well.
We're pilots.
In the sky.
What are we doing?
We are flying a plane.
In the sky.
1, 2, 3. Great. Keep it going faster.
We are 2 hit people.
2 hit people.
Yep.
That's politically correct.
A hitman.
Oh,
Hitman. Bam, bam.
Scoping out our target.
Downtown.
1, 2, 3. As the next 2 comes out, real quick lesson for everybody. If Jem didn't know what it was, she should imagine it, and whatever she imagines, she should say. Okay? So instead of going, oh, I don't know this, whatever you imagine, let it be that. Okay? And that can create some of the funnest, most creative improv scenes if you're just willing to like go, when I hear that, what do I see?
Okay.
Okay? Cool.
I'm your favorite student and you're my art teacher. We're painting, of course, in your house.
1, 2, 3.
I'm your dance teacher and you're my student.
And we're getting ready for our class.
In the middle of Times Square.
1, 2, 3. This group, come on down. Next group up. Woo!
Either way, yeah, there's a lot.
Can I still play or?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, actually, yep.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Hands up. 1, 2, 3.
We are boxers.
In the ring.
So what are we doing?
We're training.
Great.
In the ring.
1, 2, 3. Nice. Way to jump right out, bro. Sorry, say that again. I missed it.
We are greasers.
Putting gel in our hair.
1, 2, 3. Okay, quick pause. If you get a huge laugh or something like that, get in the habit of letting the laugh happen before you say the next thing. And that's for everybody, okay? Because in our scenes, as we get better and better, you're gonna get those laughs, and you don't want to talk over the laughs, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3.
We are tennis partners
And we are having a match.
at Wimbledon.
1, 2, 3. Love it.
We are best friends. We are arguing In public.
1, 2, 3. That's great. In
We
public.
are zookeepers.
Good. Wait, I couldn't hear it.
We are zookeepers.
Smoking weed.
In the lion's den.
1, 2, 3.
Sounds like fun.
We are employees
Working.
at Wiener Schnitzel.
1, 2, 3. Nice.
Yeah. We are enemies.
Fighting to the death.
In Portland.
1, 2, 3.
We are bankers.
That's true.
Counting stacks.
At Chase.
1, 2, 3. This group, come on down. This group, back up. Yes.
Earlier you said get in the habit of naming things. What did you mean by that?
Good question. Once y'all get up, I'll tell you.
I'm like so excited.
Okay, so you asked, I said earlier, get in the habit of naming things. And you asked me, what do you mean by that? Okay? What I'm talking about is getting more descriptive and specific about the things. So for example, we said a restaurant. Cool, fine. More interesting, Chili's. You know, or some other made-up whatever restaurant. Like, the more specific you get with the details of where you are and how you label it, the funnier it's going to be. Which is why little things like saying Portland get a huge laugh. Because we're starting to visualize something, and the specificity of Portland, the specificness of that, is what makes us laugh and is interesting. So, versus just going with the most basic answer in that, if you can go one step further and label it a little deeper, you'll most likely get a bigger laugh. That's what I mean. Okay, great. This next round, very simply what we're going to do is we are now going to insert an unusual thing. Okay? We're going to on purpose insert an unusual thing. Last month we practiced this. On each week we did a different week of the unusual. So you can insert unusual into the who, you can insert it into the what, or you can insert it into the where. It doesn't matter where. Here's the hard part. We don't get to know when it's going to happen. Okay? So it could happen on the first beat from this side with the who, it could happen on the second beat in the what, or it can happen on the third with the where. Wherever it drops, the other two must stay normal. If two things are weird out of the three, it ends up going in the scene what we call crazy town. It's just too much weird, and then we lose our base reality. Okay? So you don't know who's going to drop it, so you have to hyper listen to what's been dropped, and one of the three things will be weird in each turn. Okay? Alright, hands up. 1, 2, 3.
We're still going who, what, where.
Yep, still in order, still in order. I don't want to throw our all new students into crazy town here.
We're college roommates.
And we are painting our room, our dorm.
On the space station.
1, 2, 3. There you go. Good, Melissa.
We are Christmas ghosts.
We're just checking out the lights and then checking out the lights.
Yeah, nice, good.
Of our old house.
1, 2, 3. Nice, good.
We are gamblers.
And we're gambling baby heads.
Las Vegas.
Gambling what?
Gambling baby heads.
Cool.
Cool. Las Vegas.
1, 2, 3. Great. It's a new form of currency.
I am Fred the ant. You are Jack the ant.
We are.
What do ants do?
I don't. What kind of?
Go logical. You guys are ants. Ants. What do ants do?
Amazonian ants.
Oh, okay. We are foresting. Wait, is that a word?
Yeah.
Foraging in the grass.
In the Amazon.
1, 2, 3. Great.
We are arch rival shoe salespeople.
Seeing who can sell the tallest heels.
At the strip club.
1, 2, 3.
You are my wedding planner and I'm the bride.
We are looking at a potential venue.
In the ghetto.
1, 2, 3. Perfect. Last one for this group, then we'll switch.
I'm a nun and you're a priest.
We are working.
You're working? In the brothel.
1, 2, 3. This group, come on down. This group, come on up.
Great work, great work.
Yeah.
So we are supposed to implement the weird or no?
In one of the three. Yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
Gotcha. Well, James, you know what to do.
So if you notice in this last group, each one had some kind of weird. Okay, so it's just about figuring out, has it been said yet? If it hasn't, I can either drop it or not drop it and save it for the last person. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I love your hustle, Andrew. Love your hustle.
Yeah.
I am a cop. You are a detainee.
In the back of the police car.
So he gave the where on accident. That's okay, you're still learning the order. Okay? So let's say if he did, what would you do then? What's missing?
We'll expand on it.
Or you can also, because the what hasn't been said, right?
That's true. Oh, because we got the order. Gotcha.
That's right. That's all that happened there. Okay?
Okay.
So let's rewind. Let's do it again. Go ahead and give us the relationship again. You guys can just stay out.
I'm a police officer and you are a detainee.
So you're going to drop the what right now. Either a weird what or a normal what, your choice.
Running from me.
Good.
At the gym.
1, 2, 3. Nice, on. Nice. Good job.
We are gunslingers.
We are planning our next appointment.
At the dentist office.
1, 2, 3. That'll work. So you're questioning because you said appointment, which feels weird for that task.
Yeah.
Right? So there was a little bit of weird presented in the word appointment, which is why Koei was hesitating for a second. She's like, wait, was that the weird, wasn't it? And I think you're right on. There was something weird about that. So then we're not sure, do we go too weird with the location or not? So your instincts were right on. It's great. Okay, let's clap again for energy. 1, 2, 3. Wow,
We are
Katie.
donut makers. What? Right?
So you're the what? Yep.
We're donut makers. Making oddly shaped holes in donuts.
At the 5-star bakery.
1, 2, 3. Good. Nice descriptor with the 5-star.
We're cheerleaders.
And we're cheering on the basketball team.
At the hockey game.
1, 2, 3.
We are IRS employees.
Boo.
Doing audits.
At the football stadium.
1, 2, 3.
We are Santa's little helpers.
And we are plotting a rebellion.
And a pool of wet noodles.
Okay, good. So really quick. So the plotting the rebellion is weird,
Oh, that's
right? So to now go logic on the location.
in the North Pole.
1, 2, 3. Perfect. Great.
We are bodybuilders.
Good. Start using some space work since I've seen people start to do that. Yeah. Good.
Drinking some milk.
In the gym.
1, 2, 3. Because milk's not good for you in the gym.
We are farmers.
Somebody always does it.
Digging for gold. Okay. In the Bermuda Triangle.
1, 2, 3. Nice.
Over here.
I'm a bridge troll and you're a damsel in distress.
Oh. And we're making children cry.
At the orphanage.
1, 2, 3. Nice, Megan. Nice.
president, and you are an alien.
And we are swimming at Coronado Island.
Good. Don't give the location also.
Oh, oops. We are swimming. I say in the ocean. No,
Nope, just swimming.
just swimming.
In the LA Fitness pool.
1, 2, 3.
We are old men. We're preparing for the football game.
At the home.
1, 2, 3. Dude, I would pay so much money to see that game.
I'm proposing and you might say yes.
And I'm squealing with delight
At the Burger King.
1, 2, 3. Yes. All right, this group, come on down. Let's go. Round of applause. All right, take one, pass it down. So the unusual can basically be placed anywhere. Okay, we're kind of right off the quarter where we're inserting it on purpose. Okay, we're going to do a little more of that this week, and then starting next week, we're going to start looking for it more organically and in more of a pop-up manner, where you're not inserting it because I'm like on purpose, like, hey, I'm throwing in this weird thing for the scene that's going to be funny and unusual, but instead it just kind of happens accidentally, like somebody pronouncing something wrong and us bringing attention to it, or a character having a point of view but unintentionally bringing attention. One of the favorite examples I have for this is a couple shows back, one of our friends, Lance, was performing with us, and he came into the scene, and instead of knocking on the door on the outside, he just came right into the house, okay? Which, A, is already a little weird, okay? Then he kind of realized he didn't knock, and that we were in the middle of something, so then he came over and knocked on what was the fridge in the corner, okay? To which Matt did not allow him to get away with that. He said, I'm sorry, you know, and he questioned it. He said, do you always just walk into people's house? And his response was, well, I knocked on the fridge. And he said, okay. And he's like, I'm a fridge knocker. He was just quickly responding to what was being questioned and had a quick response at that. But that is super weird. Super weird for someone to, for them to come in the first place, but then to justify it and not feel weird about it needs to be questioned. So that was an example. Lance wasn't trying to be funny. He wasn't trying to insert game in any way, shape, or form. He just accidentally came in, did something interesting. We realized it, brought attention to it, and then slowed it down. Lance tried everything in his power to just move on, and we would not let him. Okay? So the longer we were able to draw that out and have that moment with him and question it and go through it, was a longer amount of time for us to be in game and to have the audience laughing at what we were doing, okay? That was an example of organic. What we're going to do today is one of our last days of inserting through a game called The Boss Game, okay? So this is one of the only weeks where you'll have a script that we're going to be working off of, and then we're going to let the script go towards the second half of class. So I'm going to walk through the script, the purpose for it, and some of the principles that are inside of this idea. This is just meant to get you to understand game better, get in the habit of seeing how to make game happen, and make it a part of your natural improv, okay? So this is called The Boss Game. There's going to be a company that's going to be given to you and your partner. Any company, a real company. Someone raise their hand and give me a real company, please. Chad.
Inside Enterprises.
Inside Enterprises. What is that?
That's my company.
That's your company? Okay. What's Inside Enterprises do? What are they?
IT solutions and software.
IT and software. Great. And it's called what?
Insight Enterprises.
Insight Enterprises. So we work in the company Insight Enterprises. Okay. I'm gonna go opposite. Melissa, will you do this with me? We do it off the sheet. Okay. So we start off. I'm sitting at my desk. I want to take on the position and point of view of a boss of Insight Enterprises. Okay. So I take on a position of being a boss. Melissa is going to come in as my executive assistant or intern or somebody who's basically running tasks for me, okay? So I say, there's a knock. Come in.
You wanted to see me?
Pause. You now name me, okay? And naming is essential for improv. You want to follow characters, understand characters, they have to be named. So this is a fun version today. You're going to name them something, the boss, something connected to the company and or what the company does. Okay? Come in.
You wanted to see me, Mr. What's the name of the company?
Insight Enterprises.
Dealing in IT.
God. Insight Enterprises. Mr.
Inside, Mr. Inside is
Mr.
my name,
Insight.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
It's on the building
Oh
actually.
yeah, I'm so sorry. I missed it. I can't read.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to see me, Mr. Insight.
Great. Now I'm going to name her back based on the energy that she's given me as an assistant. Okay, so you have tons of choices. Last night certain people came out and they were just really like nervous and anxious, like intern energy. Some came in really confident. Some came in bored as hell at their job and like didn't really want to be there. Like, it's your choice. And based on what I see, I find a way to name it / nickname it. Yeah, Lazy, I need you to get me a few things.
Sure thing, Mr. Insight.
Be sure to write this down, Lazy. I need you to get it right.
No problem, Mr. Insight.
So you see, we continue to repeat the names. Lock them into memory. Get them down, okay? Now this next part needs to go fast, okay? This part only works if it's going fast. So what's going to happen now is we're going to list off and repeat 3 very basic, very simple things that would make sense for the company. So okay, need 3 things. First thing, I need computers.
First thing, computers.
Second thing, I need you to get some wires.
Second thing, wires.
And third thing is I need a new intern.
Third thing, new intern.
Good. Now repeat them back to me. Then you're going to have to repeat back all 3 things, proving that you were actively listening.
Of course, computers, wires, new intern. Anything else?
Oh, you know, there is one more thing, Lazy. Can you get me, and then literally something that's freaking impossible? Like, it's literally not possible to get this thing, so that we can actively question. I would like, please, a cloud, please.
I'm sorry, sir. Did you say a cloud?
Framing. She hears it, repeats it back exactly. Yes, I need you to get me a cloud, please.
You want me to get you a cloud?
Yes, a cloud. Like, from the sky. Pronto.
A cloud. Like a cumulonimbus cloud? Like, what kind of cloud are we talking?
What's a cumulonimbus? I just need a cloud.
Like a cloud.
Yes,
A cloud?
Yep.
Sir. What kind of cloud?
Just a regular old cloud, okay?
Cloud.
Regular old cloud.
How am I getting, what do you need a cloud for?
Well, I need it for my wall over here, behind my desk.
You're gonna put a cloud on a wall.
Oh yeah, I want it to
How are you
feel.
gonna sustain it in this environment, sir, Mr. Intel?
Well, A, I've already talked to the air conditioning department. They're gonna fix it up so that it's perfect temperature in here, okay? And B, I've got a whole team of people that are just working on cloud maintenance.
Sir, that's gonna be really expensive.
I understand how. Whose company is this? Whose company is it?
It's yours, sir, Mr. Intel.
That's right.
I'm just confused about this cloud thing.
Look. Don't worry about it. You can take the jet. We'll take care of everything.
The jet.
Yeah, take the
We got
jet.
a jet now.
Of course we have a jet.
Where has this been when I was going to Sarasota last weekend to visit my mom?
Okay, we've been over this. The jet is not for personal items, okay?
But you want me to get you a
So now, like, I hear everything that's been presented, and I deal with it, question it. Melissa gave me some great stuff to bounce off of. If you're on this side, you have to justify. No matter how weird it is or how crazy it is, find a legitimate, logical reason why someone might want this thing and what they might do to get it, okay? So all of the logic is based on whatever the company is, and you've got to quick rifle off the 3 things, okay? Then when you get to the 4th, you can take a second, and it should be something that's completely impossible. Heard all kinds of weird things. Taylor Swift's first, whatever, Emmy, or whatever, like, I don't know. Like, the weirdest things that you can add to it, whatever you want, and then we get to justify. Yes, James?
Does it need to be impossible, or could it be like really, really weird?
It could be really, really weird, or it can be impossible. The point is, like, it's not about it just not being something that fits.
Yeah.
Because if you do just something that doesn't fit but is still pretty logical, it's like, okay, I'll go to the store and get it. Like, it's weird that you asked for it, but I'll go get it. The whole point comes from the questioning, which enhances my character's point of view, allows me to continue to to be more in their perspective. The way I like to describe this, I think of it like Michael Scott style, or like this style of like a character who just has a very strong point of view and answers a certain way, right? And if you look at these comedies, especially things like that, sitcoms and stuff like that, most of the comedy comes from the formula of having the justifier who's justifying the weird and is weird, and the other people, one or many, who are questioning and don't understand. You watch any of those shows, you're going to see the formula for improv game everywhere. It's everywhere. If anything is off, if too many people are weird and no one's justifying, or vice versa, the game doesn't work. The game doesn't work in improv, and it doesn't work in scenes. Okay? So what we're going to do today to get us started is I'm going to pair you off in two, just like we did earlier. Okay? You're going to have your script here, and you can run through the script a couple times. Okay? I'll run through it once, me and you, where I'm the boss and you're the employee of a certain company. Once you get to the questioning phase, question it for a couple things, the way that we just did, and then stop. Okay? Once you feel like you hit your peak or you've gone a couple deep, you can stop and then switch places. Okay? Once both teams have gone, we're going to rotate around, do this a couple times until we have this sheet committed to memory. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be familiar. I don't want to get us up on stage yet until we're all familiar and have done this a couple times together. Okay? So before I split us up into the room in different areas, does anybody have any questions on this exercise before we launch? No? Yeah.
How long does this go on? We go on past this.
Yes, so,
right? And then
yeah. So you want me to get,
justifying and all that.
just like me and Melissa did, maybe 3. It depends on how good you feel like about your questioning, right? So sometimes it's going to go 2 or 3 before you're like, I feel like I ran out of things to honestly question. And sometimes little things will come up that take us down a much further thing, that now we end up 8, 10 questions deep on what we're doing if it feels really good, okay? And then at that point, even if it's really good, probably after like 8 times of back and forth questioning, something like that, 6 or 8, we'll stop and switch. Good question. Anything else? As a reminder, you pick the company at the beginning. Pick the company at the beginning, okay? The first name is related to the company for the boss, and the second name is related to the energy, and it's like a nickname, however you want to do that, okay? All right, try and get a partner maybe you're not always working with. Try and work with somebody new and just kind of do that so that we can mix around our stuff. Cy and Chris, come on now. And then I'll mix this around as well a couple times. So everybody find a place in the room and let's run the exercise. If you have any questions while you're going, raise your hand, I'll come around. Run this at home with
Creativity.
enhancing creativity. Absolutely, absolutely. What else? Melissa?
I felt like the more hyper-specific you could get, the kind of the easier it was, like in terms of justifying.
Mm-hmm.
Like get really hyper-specific on justifying.
Absolutely. The more details you can give and the more specific you get about those details, the more the other person has to work with, right? When we were doing our example, little things that you started presenting back through the way you questioned and the way I justified made things much better because we were really intentional about the specifics of what we said. Very good. What else? Yeah.
Active listening.
Okay. What about it?
You really have to pay attention to what your partner is saying and not try to create something beforehand. And
That's
then
right. That's absolutely right.
Throw you off.
Take a look at that white wall. Take a look at my shirt, bro.
There it is.
It's everywhere. It's the center of all acting. It's the center of life. Listening. Great listeners are great actors, right? The ones who really stand out in the audition room when they come in here for castings are the ones who listen the best. Who come in, they've done their work, they're prepped, they know what they're doing, but then they're totally open. They're an open canvas to whatever we present to them in the room, right? That's great. Great point, man. Great point. James.
I think it's the balance of being present when someone says something crazy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, like don't burst out laughing all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
You know
right.
what I mean? So
Take it seriously. Put it really serious and come at it from a perspective of honest curiosity, not judgment. It's so easy to judge and to then want to come back combatively instead of coming from a questioning point of view. Very good, James. Very good. Yes?
To be quick on your feet.
Yes.
Quick thinking.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's where things like the drills will come into play and homework, like getting things prepped over and over and over and making it a part of you is huge, right? And that's any sport, at anything, at any level, it has to become second nature. And the more you do this, the more you start running these drills, the more that will start to happen for you. Awesome, love that. Anything else? Great, we're going to take a quick 5. When we come back, we're just going to get up 2 at a time and run the exercise. If you want, there's a table and a chair and one behind the curtain over there. Audience, what is the name of a real company?
Geico.
Geico. Geico. Chad is the CEO of Geico. Let's get a round of applause.
Come in.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Uptight?
Yeah, you bet I did, Miss Ditzy.
Good, so rewind real quick. Uptight's funny, but Uptight's not so connected to Geico.
Oh, the business.
He's
Geico.
gonna name it, yeah, so
Oh, okay.
let's reset. Let's go back to the beginning. Give him a round of applause for a reset. Action.
Enter.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Lizard?
Yes, I did. Madam Lazy, I need you to get a few things for me, please.
Sure thing, Mr. Lizard.
Okay, quick.
First, I need you to get
Faster.
some reports.
Some reports,
Second, I need you to get some cars.
some cars,
Third, I need you to get some paper.
some paper.
Now read those back to me, please.
You want me to get some reports,
Yep,
some cars,
yep.
some papers. Anything else, Mr. Lizard?
Yes, I need you to get about 1,000 car seats, please.
You want me to get a...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You want 1,000 car seats.
About, like, 998 is probably okay too, but like, yes, around 1,000.
Like 998 car seats is okay, but around 1,000.
Call it 1,000-ish.
Around 1,000 car seats. Why?
So instead of going to the why, let's go to some questions you might have about the specifics about the car seats or what time, or like.
So what kind of car seats? Like,
Yeah, they have to be used Japanese car seats.
There you
they have
go.
to be used
Used Japanese car seats.
car seats.
They're ergonomic.
Used. Ergonomic.
Used.
Japanese
Ergonomic.
car seats.
Yes, you have got that exactly right. About 1,000-ish.
1,000-ish. From Japan?
That would probably be the easiest place, yes.
And scene. Good. All right. Good. So while our next two are coming up, I'll talk about this last one real quick. So we see, and when you watch it back in your videos, you'll notice that as we got simple with just the basics of like what is a general question I might actually add. You gave Chad a chance to then send you something back to then heighten and intensify the weird. Then through that, and this was a really cool moment, all we did was organically repeat the same simple piece of information. But because you both were so locked in and going boom, 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 it became very funny to hear just a very simple thing repeated because of the fact that we knew that it was odd for her, right? So as long as you are patient with it, it can be as simple as just questioning the easiest thing, and then from there we'll create comedy, okay? Great work. What is our next company, everybody?
Pampers.
Pampers Diaper Company. Let's get a big round of applause.
Come in.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Pamper?
I indeed did, Mrs. Sassy. Now I have 3 things I need you to get for me.
Okay, lay it on me.
1, diapers.
1, diapers.
2, a new marketing coordinator.
2, a new marketing coordinator.
3, director's phone number.
Director's phone number. All right. Diapers. A
Yes.
new marketing coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Director's phone number.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Anything else, Mr. Pampers?
Yes, Mrs. Sassy. I would like for you to get me 3,000 pounds of salt.
3,000 pounds of salt.
3,000 pounds of salt.
3,000 pounds?
3,000 pounds. 0, 4 zeros.
30,000 pounds.
I am not a math major, 3 zeros.
3,000 pounds of salt.
Correct.
I'm sorry, 30,000 pounds of salt?
3,000.
3,000 pounds of salt.
I-
So you're really confusing me here. I don't know how hard your
Pause.
job
The
is.
game's, don't rush it. Don't rush it. The game's already happening. So
I don't know how hard your job is here, and I don't know why you can't compute simple mathematics, or how you got your job for that matter. but
That's why I have Google.
Sure it is, sir. Mr. Pampers. 3,000 pounds of salt.
Thank you for your respectfulness today.
And scene. Very good. Very good. Come on down while the next group goes. So that was a great example of a. You guys can start coming up while I talk.
Organic.
Of organic, absolutely. Happened organically. James made a mistake with the numbers. Melissa noticed it and called it out. Okay? So as you start getting better at this, Melissa's one of our improvisers on our improv troupe. You'll start to, You'll start to get good at recognizing when that happens and being unafraid to call someone out on it. If somebody ever calls you out, I mean, for lack of a better term, don't be a little bitch about it, okay? Like, I'm kidding, but seriously, when somebody drops a mistake, instead of like being embarrassed about your mistake, you want to lean into the mistake, James. So it would be interesting if he continues to like try and ponder it and go through it and justify why he said it. So your great justification was, I didn't have, much of a college degree. That became very funny. She came back at you with that, like. So you don't want to, if you make a mistake, lean into the mistake. Don't be embarrassed by the mistake, okay? Because that can become very good organic game.
You
all
could
right?
add in another 0 next time.
That's right,
And
yeah,
another 0,
exactly.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, he can keep doing that, and now that's a characteristic of his character that never goes away for the whole rest of the play, right? We know he's bad at math now. At different points, we can make fun of that. We can totally use that, and it can be a very fun thing we play with, okay? All right, good. What's our next company?
Honeywell.
Honeywell, what do they do again?
Everything.
No one knows.
Engineer. Nobody knows what Honeywell does. Something to do with engineering and building shit. Okay. Honeywell is our company. Let's get a round of applause.
Man.
Hi, Mr. Honey. Is there anything you need?
Yes, 3 things, Mrs. Well.
What is it? What do you need, Mr. Honey?
Okay, write this down, Mrs. Well.
Oh, yes, of course, Mr. Honey.
Okay. First thing, some steel beams.
Yes, some steel beams, Mr. Honey. Yes.
Second, some 2x4s.
Yes, some 2x4s, Mr. Honey.
Third thing, a big roll of flex tape.
Yes, a big roll of flex tape, Mr. Honey.
Oh,
So
repeat
first
back.
you get John say, yeah, good.
Yes, Mr. Honey, of course. You need some flex beams, some 2x4s, and some steel tape, right, Mr. Honey?
While you're at it, I need one more thing.
Yes, Mr. Honey, what is it?
I need a platinum statue
Ah!
of Bryan Cranston.
Platinum statue of Brian. Who?
Cranston.
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 The guy who played
Mr.
Walter
Honey.
White.
Oh!
I need a platinum statue of him.
Okay, a platinum statue of Walter White, Mr. Honey. That's
Sure.
that's what you need.
Yes, that's what I need. I need it. I want it now.
What? But how's that gonna better the company?
It makes me look cool and thus.
But we're not cool. We're just.
We're gonna
engineers.
be cool when we get the Bryan Cranston statue.
People know that we're not cool. We just do.
But it'll
random
make us
shit.
cooler.
All right, so we can be cooler. Then what? They're not gonna know what we do here, Mr. Honey. They're just gonna be like, cool. They're an engineering company and they have a statue of Walter Don't you
get
right?
platinum statues of the entire Breaking Bad cast.
That might work. That might
Exactly.
And scene. Great. All right. Okay, stay up for a second. Stay up. We're good. We got a lot of laughs in that one. A lot of laughs. Let's talk about why. Who can tell me why?
She backward played all the list, like the flex beam and the
Mm-hmm.
Steel beam instead of flex. Yeah,
Yeah.
steel beam.
steel table.
Yeah. Great.
Very greasy Allison.
What else? What else made it so funny?
Honey and well, and the way they kept going back.
Mm-hmm.
Honey and well.
The continual repeating of the name, and because the name was creative and connected, it worked. Okay. What else? Yeah.
The speed, the rhythm.
The speed, the rhythm. The speed and the rhythm and the timing is essential for improv. There are times where we need to pick up the pace. We're going to do a week where we do what's called no gap dialogue. That's coming up this month, okay? This is a great example of that. Just bam, hyper listening, but go, 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 go. The only time there should be a pause is if we're really like wanting that to be there for a specific reason, okay?
Or if there's
Or what?
laughing.
Or if there's laughing, that's right. You get a big laugh, you guys did a great job of letting the laugh happen and then moving on. The other reason I want everyone to realize why it was so funny was your character choices were so solid. So solid. It was so specific and intentional about exactly what type of person you were, your point of view, so we all knew that, and then we can play into that and set you up for things, right? Now that I know that she's going to always respond super fast, super energized, what are all the cool things I could set her up that would be interesting to hear that kind of response on it? Okay? So that's where I think the majority of this comedy came from, was your character work and your character work clashing together inside of the scene. Okay? Great work, guys. Give them a round of applause. You guys are killing it. Killing it. Let's get two more. What is our company going to be? Yeah, Jack and Jen. What's our company going to be, people?
Build a bear.
Build a Bear.
Yes.
Build a Bear. Jem is the CEO of the famous company Build a Bear. Let's give her a round of applause.
Come in.
Yeah, you wanted to see me, Mrs. Bear.
Yes, Duffy.
What can I help you with, Mrs. Bear?
I need you to get some things from me.
Oh, my pleasure, Mrs. Bear. What do you need?
So, Stuffy, I need you first to go get me some polyfill.
Polyfill? All right. I'll write this down.
Thank you. It's important. Second, glass eyes.
Second, glass eyes. Sure, sure.
Third, the cute button noses.
Ah, yeah. The third is the cute button noses, of course.
Repeat that back. I want to make sure you're getting it right.
Oh, boy. My memory. You know, I need those glass eyes. There's no question about that.
Yeah, we got the glass eyes.
Yeah. That's all I know. I'll show myself out unless there's something else I can get for you, maybe.
Well, make sure you get the glass eyes, the button noses, and the polyfill.
Polyfill. Every time with the polyfill.
Right.
Ask him to repeat it back again.
Now, what was that?
It was polyfill.
That's right. That's right.
A glass eye. And all that stuff is, right?
Well, that's the polyfill.
Oh.
Button noses. Button noses.
Button noses. So
There you go.
cute.
There
So
you
one
go.
more time.
One more time. Let me hear that you got it.
Mrs. Bear, I got you the polyfill, the
Yeah.
glass eye,
Yeah.
oh, the button noses.
Yeah. All right. One last thing before you go.
Yeah, anything you need, Mrs. Bear.
You know, it's my little girl's five-year birthday coming up.
Do I?
So I need you to get the magical gnome. The living gnome. Not the statue. The living gnome.
One more time. You want me to get you a living gnome?
Yeah, you know, they come alive at night and they do your gardening.
I don't know, but this is great. So I get you a living gnome, that's breathing and talking and squirming around.
It's smaller than my 5-year-old daughter. She can pick it right up.
Perfect. But I just want to make sure I'm hearing this right. I can't hear, as you know, I don't hear so good. I don't hear glass eyes and stuff. So I need to get a breathing gnome. Just and then bring them to you.
Yeah, aren't there some enchanted forests you can go and get it? Or we've got, you know, the money. We can just go buy one, right?
Oh, you're the boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta make the 5-year-old's dreams.
I'll
come
get
true.
you whatever. I'll get you the gnome. I'll get you the breathing gnome, whatever that is, and we'll have a 5-year-old party.
Yeah, it's a bean.
It's a bean, yeah, of course, Mrs. Bear, I'm not questioning you. I'm getting your gnomes.
What?
Okay.
Awesome, great work. So the next two are coming up. I'll talk again, so next two can start moving up. Really funny, yeah. Give it up. So we had another organic game here happen before the game happened. Anyone know what it was? Yeah, James?
Kept forgetting like the
That's right.
objects, yeah.
He forgot it, so he was honest about it right away. I don't have such a good memory, whatever. You do it in a way that's playful, that lets your partner know, I don't know, right? And it happens all the time in scenes, happens all the times in shows. You got to let your partner know if you don't know, and then they'll help you out, right? Sometimes if I'm unsure, I'll just straight up call, what was your name again? I don't remember, whatever. And I'll do it in a way that lets them know, as an improviser, I just don't know, help me out. If you don't do that, it's really easy to get stuck on something, okay? When that happened, then that became a game. Normally we would slow play that a little more. That allowed you to just keep messing up, right? What was the original one you remembered?
Glass eye.
Glass eye. So each time I would continue to highlight the glass eye at the beginning. Well, of course the glass eye, and then and then you maybe get the second one, and then it's like we got to do it again. You're like, well, like I said, the glass eye, and every time you keep putting it in the same place with the same energy, it will keep getting bigger and bigger laughs as we're building it. Okay, that was awesome. Great example of organic game. All right, let's do this. What's our next company going to be? Yes, Saya. Denny's. Coey is the CEO of Denny's. Let's get a round of applause.
Come in.
You'd like to see me, Miss Pancakes?
Yeah, Mr. Hash, how you doing? I need to get me a couple of things, Mr. Hash.
Okay, sure thing. What would you like me to get?
I would like you to get me some bacon.
Okay, let me write this down. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
You need bacon.
Need bacon.
Okay.
I need some shredded cheddar cheese.
Shredded cheddar cheese. Okay, got it.
And I need a dozen eggs.
And a dozen eggs. Okay, so 12 eggs.
Yes.
Okay, 12 eggs. That's it.
Or a baker's dozen.
Okay.
So, could you repeat that back to me?
Okay, so you need bacon.
Yes, bacon.
Miss Pancakes, you need bacon. A dozen eggs. That's 11 eggs, right?
12 eggs.
12. Okay, 12 eggs. Bacon, eggs, and my mother already told you my memory is bad. And what was the next one?
Shredded cheddar.
And shredded cheddar. Okay.
Yes.
And shredded cheddar. Okay.
So ask him to repeat them back again.
Do you want to repeat that back to me?
Okay. You need bacon.
Yes.
Shredded cheddar.
Yes.
And 11 eggs.
12 eggs.
12 eggs, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing.
What was that? What was that last thing?
I need the purple cow.
Purple cow.
The purple cow.
Oh, Miss Pancakes. Why would you need a purple cow?
So there's a purple cow in Iowa.
A purple cow in Iowa, okay.
Yeah, and they've been kind of cutting into our business over there in that part of the country, and I need their cow over here.
Okay, so you were like a purple cow from Iowa over here, like a...
The purple cow, like the mascot of purple cow.
Oh, does this purple cow go moo? Or does it say, I love you, you love me, like...
That's not Barney. It's the cow. So yeah, it moves, it's purple.
Okay, where can I get this purple cow from? How do I get that?
You go to Iowa.
Okay, how do I get that? I don't have a car.
You go to the corporate offices of the purple cow.
Okay.
And you get the cow.
Okay.
The purple cow.
And what is the benefit for this purple cow?
They are a competitor, and I want to kill their cow.
Mrs. Pancakes, you would like to kill the purple? It's such rare. Why would you want to kill the purple cow?
Because they're killing my business, Mr. Hash.
And scene. Great. Good character. to come up while I talk about it? Great work, great work. So in this one, don't worry, we'll get a big round of applause before we start the real thing. First off, your character was really good and really intentional, right? Funny accent, I saw you sort of exploring that. You got some good laughs there. But it also came in from the point of view and the physicality. Every piece of it, everything you did. So there was one thing we missed I want to call out, Chloe. So he said something about that he can't do it because he can't drive. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
Okay, good. So I think it was just because we were moving really fast. So be careful to make sure to receive all the information before you jump back, because that became the most interesting piece of information. The fact that he doesn't have a car. And if you're on the other end and you heard that, I figured you would have questioned that thing, right? Because now we're going on to his side. He flipped the script a little bit and gave us something to ask on his side, and that became interesting. So be careful. When we're doing these back and forth, it becomes very easy to like think of what you're going to say and then jump in before the other person is finished delivering what they're sending to you. Okay? So get in the habit to make sure you've received it all before you jump on the next thing. Even if you know you're going to jump on top of them, still wait till it's done and then jump on top. Okay? Great. Awesome. What's our next company going to be, guys?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Barbaro is the CEO of Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's get a round of applause.
Come in, come in.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, wild boy. I did want to see you. You know,
Mr. Buffalo, I won't let you down.
yes, you never do, wild boy. You never do. Anyway, I need 3 things from you.
Okay? Three things.
3 things.
I'll get them for you. 1, 2, 3, right away.
Okay, 1.
Oh, 3 specific things.
Yeah, so pause. Good. So you want to recognize that, you want to see it, slow down. Because again, I know we're going in the parameters of the game, but we're also, it's a scene. So we're open to everything. It can change slightly as things happen, as people make creative choices. So he's starting to leave basically without getting the things. Recognize that you can inject something into the script as we're going along, okay? So start to leave again.
Whoa, wild boy. What are you doing? I didn't give you the 3 things.
I'm going to get you 3 things.
Okay. No. You gotta listen to my voice of the 1, 2, 3. Remember? 1.
Genius! Yes! Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? Okay. 1.
I'm ready.
We need new secret sauce.
Oh. Secret sauce! Yes, new secret sauce. Okay.
2. Wild boy. Lock in. Okay. Number 2. Look into my eyes. Number 2. We need desert raised chickens for our next line. You understand?
I think I'm picking up on something.
Okay.
Desert raised chicken.
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Secret sauce, desert. Okay, I'm gonna get that for you. You said 3 things.
3.
What else?
One more. Last one. I need some toilet paper. I've run out.
No problem. I got a ton of that. Okay. So I'm gonna take care of that for you.
Wait,
you will not regret this.
I need you to connect with me. List the 3 things one more time, please. So we're on the same wavelength.
Aren't we?
We are.
Isn't this?
Yeah. I need
Okay.
it.
Secret sauce.
Okay.
Desert raised chicken.
Yes.
Toilet paper.
I'm so proud of you, wild boy. Oh.
All right, Mr.
Wait.
I forgot your name already, but dang. Okay,
No.
Mrs. Boss.
Tell him what it was.
It was. Oh shoot. Mr.
Buffalo.
Mr. Buffalo, your next guest is here.
Thank you,
Okay.
Cheryl. Okay. It's Mr. Buffalo to you. You gotta remember.
I
Say
got it.
plainly.
I got it.
Okay. I need one more thing.
Yes. One more.
I'm seen as a prestigious man, but I need you to get me on Sexiest Man Alive's cover.
Cover, you haven't been on that yet, huh?
Smolder.
Ooh, okay. You want to be on Sexiest
Wait, you said that.
Man Alive.
Why are you surprised I haven't been on it before? I feel like I look like I would have been on it. But.
That's the point. I mean, Sexiest Man Alive.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually. reaction shot.
That was
Yeah.
kind of a surprise.
Well, why would that be a surprise? I rugged good looks, talent,
Okay.
Buffalo Wild Wings,
All right.
manager, CEO.
Well, I mean, I don't usually. I apologize. I didn't ask your pronouns right up front. My bad. But Smolder?
Yeah. Come on.
I'll
Come on.
try. I mean,
Yeah. It's an easy thing.
as far as I'm concerned, you have got it.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, I can do it.
Good, get him to connect to you again.
Come back. Look in my eyes. What are you going to get for me?
Hold on.
You can do it.
Secret sauce.
Yes.
Ray's secret chicken.
And scene. All right, great. Come on down. Good. Another great example of some organic game. So let's get our next two to come on up while I talk about it. Really great. Really great with your character work, okay? So organically, he was able to slow it down, okay? Normally, the pattern of the rhythm has to be really fast for the first three, and then the fourth comes slower. But an organic moment happened between the two of you where your character responded a little slower. And then he continued to respond slower as we went around, so it became a character trait. So that became very okay. So the reason I had you do this again was it's just a callback to a mini game that had already happened a few times and you can easily bring back. So it's like when something great like that happens and you get a great response from the audience, lock it in the back of your mind. Lock it in the back of your mind and realize that that is a tool on your tool belt that you can use at any point during your scene. We had a show recently, what was the Great Breakfast? It was a great moment that happened in our show. And I pumped up some music from the top, and like a bunch of the actors from the show came out and like delivered food in like a really extravagant way. It was really great. It became a really cool thing that we could then bring back at any point we needed to inject the show with energy, right? So that was a really cool organic thing that happened between you guys having sort of this moment that then you used as a part of the comedy for the scene, okay? So when that's the case, realize that that's completely at your disposal and you don't want to forget about it, okay? Awesome work, guys. What's our next company going to be?
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Kraft macaroni and cheese. Let's get a round of applause.
Come in.
Hi. Miss
Yes.
Mac?
Yes.
Good. Say that slower and louder. I couldn't hear you, Saya.
Yes, Miss Mac.
Miss Kraft.
My mom told me to come in here and get
Right.
what you needed.
I need you to get 3 things for me.
Okay.
One.
I have some mac and cheese after this.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right. Write this. Can you
Good.
write?
Quick pause. Don't forget and please don't neglect or not realize that you're smoking in front of a child. And so just like continue to don't stop it. But like, how can you play game with that as we're going through the scene? Action.
Can you write?
I can draw.
Okay. I need you to draw 3 pictures for me. 1.
Look, Miss Mac, I'm just like you.
Oh. Great. 1. Some noodles. Can you draw noodles?
Yes.
Great. 2. The holy cheese. The Swiss cheese. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Great. And 3rd, some spoons.
Spoons.
All right. Now, can you tell me what you drew?
They're kind of messy and it's not my best work.
It's okay, babe.
Okay, so I have the holy Swiss cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I have a noodle.
Mm-hmm.
I only drew 1 noodle because I didn't have time to draw all the noodles. And then a spoon. I mean, 1 spoon, but I know more spoons.
Okay. As long as you know.
Mm-hmm. So should I
right.
take this back to my mom?
I need you to draw 1 more thing for me.
Okay, Miss Mac.
This might be a little beyond your age. I need you to draw.
Nothing's beyond my age.
Lady Gaga's 2006 meet dress for the MTV Awards.
Mommy doesn't like that meat dress.
Well, Mommy's opinion doesn't matter.
No.
I need that meat dress and I need that meat dress stat.
Why aren't you drawing this?
Why aren't you drawing this?
That's a very extravagant drawing.
I thought you were the greatest
I
prodigy
am.
child.
I am.
You can draw
I
this
can-
meat dress.
Yes, I can draw
yes,
it.
Yes, just some slabs of meat.
I don't think my mom's gonna be very happy about this.
I don't care what your mom. Come on. What kind of meat slabs are you drawing?
Salami.
That's close enough. Any other meats?
Ham.
So we're going with the deli section. What's the third thing you're going for?
This prosciutto. Is that what it's called?
Prosciutto, yes. Very extravagant meat. I need another cigarette.
Mom says those are bad for you.
What have we said multiple times? Your mommy's not here. It doesn't matter. So what are you gonna get me? What's this last thing you're gonna get me?
Lady Gaga's meat dress.
Yes.
Even though my mom doesn't like it.
Yes.
Because I'm
Repeat all the meats.
What meats are we getting?
salami,
Mm-hmm.
ham, and prosciutto.
You really are a great child. Now go tell your mommy.
Thank you. Okay.
And scene. Yeah, great. Love it, love it. A lot of good organic game there as well. Let's get our next two up. So it's pretty ridiculous for a kid to be taking the notes on an important meeting, right? So what do? We justify. We find a reason. She found a reason her mom sent her in the room, okay? Then something really interesting and creative happened with the drawing. And it came from honesty. It came from looking at her, seeing a kid and go, do you know how to write yet? Right? We start off our kids' class the same way. Kids are all sitting down. I go, okay, who doesn't know how to write? There's probably 2 kids out of the 10 who don't know how to write, and those kids need extra help, right? So you set it up in a really natural way, the way that you would, and then she set it up with a very natural reaction. I can draw. Boom, becomes very funny. Then she's going through. Then we got into the details, right? I only drew 1 noodle because I didn't have time to draw any more noodles. Like little things like that, where you were really believing it and seeing it, and then just saying what was there. And because of that, we got a laugh. So sometimes it's about just really believing it and going in real time and real stuff. I couldn't possibly have drawn 6 noodles right now. So what did I draw? Let me present that, right? So there were some really great moments because, and Saya's been along very, very long time as well, right? She knows how to see something small and then just slowly start chipping away at it as we go along. So great work, guys. What's our next one going to be? Next company?
London Gold.
London Gold.
You're the best.
Yeah. All right, let's get a round of applause for London Gold.
Come in.
Mr. Shiny, yes.
Good. Go back. I love what you did with the bowing. I love with that. But when you talked so fast, we couldn't understand you. So go all the way back. 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 Let's get a round of applause.
Come in.
Mr. Shiny, you summoned me.
Yes, Mr. Obsequious.
That's going to be fun to repeat.
I would like you to get me 3 things. I'm so glad you're ready to write these down. Okay, I would like you to get me some diamond tennis bracelets.
Repeat it back, Chris.
Diamond tennis bracelets.
Yes.
So yeah, slow that down because you said it wrong. Slow it down.
Not bracelets. Yes. Okay, and I'd also like you to get me some platinum rings.
Platinum rings.
Yes, Mr. Obsequious. And I'd also like some silver watches.
Silver watches. Okay.
Yes.
Diamond bracelets.
Yes.
Silver watches.
Yes.
And some gold rings.
Not quite.
Oh.
Platinum.
Oh, of course, platinum, yes.
Okay.
Repeat back
goes
all
back
3.
again.
Diamond bracelets.
Yes.
Platinum rings.
Yes. And say it with me, silver watches.
Silver watches, yes.
Yes,
of
Mr.
course,
Obsequious,
yes.
yes. So one more time. See if you can get it.
Diamond bracelets. Platinum rings. Silver watches.
Mr. Obsequious, congratulations.
Was there anything else?
Yes, in fact, there is. Okay, so I need you to get me from Disneyland. There is a golden Mickey Mouse in the central museum, and I need you to bring that. I'd like it for my office.
Okay. There are 6 different Disneylands. Which one would you like?
Good. So first, Chris, repeat back the thing, question it, and then the next step would be to do that.
The gold Mickey. Yes.
Mickey Mouse.
Are we bringing? Do you need?
Repeat the whole thing.
Gold Mickey Mouse. From Disneyland.
Where was it in Disneyland?
Next to Main Street, USA. In the middle.
In the
center.
Close. Museum.
Oh, sorry.
Wasn't it museum or something like that?
Amusement park.
Yeah, but you said something. Museum, right?
Museum? Oh.
Yeah. You may not have meant to, but that's what you said.
Okay.
So that's why, again, we need to hear these things because now there's a museum in the middle of Disneyland that exists now. Okay, repeat it back, Chris.
Golden Mickey in the Disneyland Museum.
Not quite. Mickey Mouse.
Golden Mickey Mouse at the Museum of Disneyland.
Yes. That's
Okay.
correct, Mr.
Now you can do your follow-up.
Are we including Walt Disney as well, or just Mickey?
No, we don't need Walt Disney. He's not gold.
Oh,
So
of course.
just gold Mickey Mouse.
Which Mickey? From which Disneyland?
That's a very good question. Disneyland Japan.
Okay.
So just to be clear, say that, Chris.
Just to be clear.
You want me to? How would you go about getting it? State it. You want me to?
Okay. So I will need a flight to Japan. I will need a ticket to Disney, and to find this museum. Does Disney know we are taking?
That is a very good question.
Will there be someone waiting for me with the Mickey outside?
You are very detail oriented. That is why you have this job, Mr.
Good, Katie.
So now,
Yes.
to the first, second, third, and fifth question, yes. To the fourth question about whether or not they gave me permission, not yet.
Will I have permission by the time I get there? It takes so long.
Mr. Obsequious, that is to be determined.
Okay.
Fancy, awesome, great. Come on down. Next 2, who still hasn't gone? 1, 2, great. Okay, so really quick on that one. That became a really fun game of crap on Chris. But it's hilarious, and it's fun, and we love it, and we love watching you scramble. It's part of improv. Again, in an improv show, we know that everybody's making everything up, so part of the fun is watching them come up with the answers, and when they make a mistake, watching them sort of fall through it, right? So my only note there, Chris, is be totally cool with that and lean into it. Lean into it, realize it, slow it down, and that's where I slowed you down a little bit, but I want you to get in the habit of seeing that and going, okay, I can slow this down. I made this mistake, but that's totally okay. Now that becomes the game. Let's not rush past it. Let's squeeze everything we can out of it. Okay? Great work, guys. And then once we did, way to lean into it, Chris. Way to be okay with it. Great example of that. So, awesome. All right, our next company?
NASA.
NASA. Yeah, NASA. Let's get a round of applause. Call the CEO of NASA. Okay, Jack, can you jump on that camera and make sure Han's on?
Good morning, Mr. Fuel.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Slouchy.
Yes, well, good morning to you. You needed me.
Yes, I sent for you. I'm gonna need a couple things.
A couple things.
I'm gonna need you to write this down, it's very important.
Oh, yeah, no, okay. Okay.
Slouchy, what are you doing?
Writing this down.
Okay, alright, first thing. I need a cup of soup.
1 cup of soup.
Second thing,
Second thing.
a wooden spoon.
Wooden spoon.
Yes. Third thing, a paper plate.
A paper plate.
Yes, that's it. Repeat that back to me.
So you have a cup of soup, a wooden spoon, and a paper plate.
That's correct.
Great. Is there anything else you may need?
As a matter of fact, yes. There's one more thing
Okay.
that I will be needing.
Mr. Fuel, lay it on me, bro.
Yes. Yes, Slouchy. Okay, so for this last thing, what I'm gonna need is I'm gonna need 1,000 pounds of petroleum jelly.
You need 1,000 pounds of petroleum jelly.
Yes.
What is petroleum jelly?
It's jelly made from petroleum.
Petroleum with an
Yes.
Okay.
With it.
So is this like the stuff that you use for like body lotion kind of hydration?
We're not gonna use this.
So what do you need 1,000 pounds of petroleum jelly for?
Okay, that's a valid question. You have there. So what I need it for is it's you see as a matter of fact, what we need that for is
what's it going to do?
yeah, it's obvious. Petroleum jelly is used for many things. I mean,
right. Well, what do you need it for?
Good, keep rolling. This is the game. Keep
we're
rolling.
gonna have 500 pounds of it. We're gonna be able to do pretty much anything we want.
So okay,
Never tell him, Paul. Just keep leaning around it.
Yeah.
So whatever you're using this for, you're only using 500 of the 1,000 pounds that you do.
Oh my God.
Petroleum jelly.
It's gonna be great.
Okay, so it's going to be great.
Yes.
It's something have we done this before?
No, this is all new. This is coming straight from the top.
Straight from the top, like
Yes.
above you.
Absolutely.
And you're the CEO of NASA, man. Like, what comes next?
I am, yes, and I can answer that question for you as soon as you get me my petroleum jelly.
Okay, right, but I still don't know what it's for. How do I acquire this much, like in bulk? Is this like a Costco thing, or?
You might want to ask Siri. I think she might know.
There's no freaking way Siri knows. Hold on, okay.
Please just, yeah.
Hey Siri.
Melissa.
Yes.
How do I acquire 1,000 pounds of petroleum jelly?
You may acquire 1,000 pounds of petroleum jelly through Amazon ordering.
Of
Next
course.
day shipment.
Next day shipment.
There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It's kept locally at the supply center.
did you copy my accent there?
I'm not really sure.
You were just talking like this, and you said, "There you go." Like,
Listen, Slouchy, back to the point. Petroleum jelly, 500 pounds, I need it.
1,000 pounds.
1,000 pounds.
And you're only using 500 of it for this really cool thing that you refuse to tell anyone.
Hey, this is NASA. We got secrets.
That makes sense.
And scene. Nice, guys. Nice. So real quick, Paul, how'd that feel for you?
How did that feel? How did it happen? I mean, it felt good. I like Han when he does accents and stuff.
Yeah, he's great at that.
And was I starting to wander over to your accent? Was I starting to move?
You were there at the end just for like one sentence, which happens a lot when someone's doing an accent opposite you. You have to be careful of that. However, Han did exactly what you should do. He called you on it, right? So then you don't panic. It's just like that's the reality, and we find a way to justify or find a way to deal with it, right? I thought of like, again, go back to Michael Scott. That's something that Michael Scott would do and then get called out on and then pretend like he didn't do it, right? So it's like, it happened, he called you on it, then just justify it in the moment. This is really nice because you specifically were just like, you didn't give the answer right away, right? So this is a perfect example of slow playing to the answer. Even if you knew the answer, if you knew what it was, which you didn't, okay, which is what created the organic game, okay? However, you could easily do the same thing with the answer. You could, even though you have the answer, not give the answer right away so that we can slowly get to the answer through this fun organic play that happened naturally, right? So it happened because you didn't have the answer and then you were patient with it. We didn't rush to get to the answer, and then we have perfect experimentation of this on our video. The audience was loving it. We absolutely love getting to watch you scramble a little bit, and you handled that really well today. So that was great. And then Han, great accent. I mean, it was really funny. And this thing, you can do any accent as long as you commit to it and you're not trying to go into some like weird, like offensive way to redo the accent. It doesn't matter that that's not you as long as you've committed to it. And his diction was so precise, we heard everything. So that was awesome. Really good work, guys. All right, who still hasn't gone? Did we all go? Awesome. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Han, can you get this camera over here facing the audience for me, please? Either one, doesn't matter which. All right, so let's talk back real quick. Just want to hear about our experience, what we took away from tonight, what we took away from either your scene or from even just being in the audience and watching some of these and laughing, and like what things are clicking for us out here in the audience from tonight's exercise. Yes, Jack in the back.
It kind of, if you played like Mad Libs, it's more fun when it's off.
Yes.
And that's what it was. As soon as it crescendoed to like, as soon as it got weird, that's when the fun began.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it was still funny, but up to that. But that's when we're all laughing hysterically.
That's right, and that's why you want to stay in that area. Once you find it, once you get it, the second you get out of it, you have to go find another one. Right? So that's great, and there was so many awesome examples of that tonight. Love that. Awesome. What else? James.
I liked how everybody kind of tested their freedom on the scenes. Like early on, I wasn't quite sure when we started doing improvisation and stuff like that. So watching like how much people can play with the script and how it doesn't have to be precise in any way, I think that was a good takeaway. And also like the presence of people on stage was really good. Han's listening was awesome. Like being able to repeat everything, like and correct the boss, like that was amazing.
Absolutely.
Like, stuff like that. So I thought the listening from people was really good, and just the overall like presence and the ability to just kind of play with it.
Totally. Absolutely. What else?
It's really hard to remember things.
It is.
It is, yeah. Even if you're trying.
Mm-hmm. And that's where rely on your team and be honest when you don't know. Rely on your team, be honest when you don't know. I am the king of not knowing. Okay? I am probably, and I tell my improvisers this all the time, help me, have my back, because I'm not going to be afraid to play great characters. I'm not afraid to be bold and insert game and do all that. But I am probably going to forget your name and the title of the play. Help me out. Right? There have been several shows where that was the case, where I missed something that came up during the play, and then I went to the side to rely on a player like, hey, what's the title, or what's this? And Chad's got my back because he remembers everything, right? So know your team, know the people around you, and if you ever forget, just lean into it. Lean into forgetting, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. Then it's very funny, you do that, and Barbara's like, well, shit, what was my name? And now we get to play that game back and forth, and then a third improviser from off stage gets to call in and help you out, right? So as long as you lean into it, it works. And that goes back on what Jack was saying too. Like, as long as you lean into the mistake, then it becomes very fun and funny. When you panic and start worrying about it and be like internally going, oh, I messed up, like, oh, and beating yourself up, then you can't play. Then you can't have fun, right? Great point. And that's something that we're going to continue to work on, is memorization. Even though it's improv, you have to remember details. The best of the best do. So great point. What else? Yeah.
Details. Little small details. When he was up there, went to the drawer, took the boss's stuff out of the drawer, wrote everything down, and then he actually remembered to open the drawer and put the pen and stuff back. Like little bitty things like that. I was watching like everything. Absolutely.
And again, as an audience, we see everything. We see every little detail. And the more little, this is called space work in improv. the more little spacework items you can add to a scene to make it more believable, the more we're going to connect and believe the situation, right? And that's the cool part about improv is we get to make all that stuff up. Saya gets to pull out a pen and start drawing on a piece of paper and changing the whole how everything goes based on her spacework. It's a great point. Great point. What else? Jane.
That there's some places where it's going to work to break the rules, like Saya was a little girl, so she's not necessarily repeating and framing.
That's right.
And Han said, what do you need that for?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't right time when I said, what do you need that for?
Yeah.
And Melissa called in and solved the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we're not going to solve the problem.
That's right, yeah. And it's because this is the skeleton, right? It's the skeleton to sort of like get us to really understand the concept so that we can start using it on our scenes, right? And great comedy, it's a formula. It's math. And if you watch any sketch, there are all kinds of different unique sketches and they jump on different concepts and different weird, but if you watch them, it's all the same formula. It's always the same. There's always something weird, there's always someone questioning the weird, and there's always someone justifying the weird every single time, right? And if we can get in the habit of that, like you said earlier, make it a part of you, make it habit to start seeing that, to start framing it when we see it, and then slow playing it, your scenes are gonna really start to come to life. That's awesome, good. What else? Saw a couple hands. Melissa.
I don't know how else to put this, but for me it's kind of been clicking about like the brilliance in the boring. So
In the what?
like, in the boring.
Mm.
What we consider boring. Like it feels boring to just be like so accurate with like in our expos. Like
Mhm.
we're just trying to get at the quick who, what, where, right?
Right.
So, but in the boringness of that, of like just keep it plain, keep it super simple, and then it allows you to build.
Yes.
So like the more foundational, boring stuff that you can add right at the beginning of the world building, then when the wackadoo comes, it's so much easier to like.
Mm-hmm.
Am I explaining that? well?
Absolutely. Let's sub in the word boring for base reality.
Yeah.
Base
Okay.
reality items,
Yeah.
which aren't sexy,
Yeah.
right? There's nothing sexy about the base reality items, but without a base reality to believe, it just exactly like you said, will go all wackadoo, right? We need to set the foundation before we can start inserting game into the foundation. So you're absolutely right, but that can feel, again, not sexy, right? Like not like fun and whatever, but we have to start there and then build from there based on what we saw. Yeah.
And I feel like we've gotten better at being faster at it.
Mhm.
So the faster you can be at it, then the more fun it is. I mean, you get to the fun.
Absolutely,
faster, so
yeah.
You don't like. I'm working on not thinking so hard about it. Just say the first thing that comes out of your mouth. Like it's okay that it's not sexy and pretty.
Absolutely,
We're two
absolutely.
friends at the grocery store shopping for bananas. Like whatever it is, you know.
Mm-hmm. Then
And
jump into the reality.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. And we are going to do some no gap dialogue this month, and that's going to be a lot of fun. That's exactly what you're talking. It's literally you. If there's a moment of any type of pause, you're out. You come down. You missed it. Like, and you have to hyper listen at such an intense level because, like, literally, there's not allowed to be a pause. So I'm talking, and while I continue, you'd have to jump in and interject me, and then go, and then I have to hyper listen to you and find a reason to inject back, and it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna be doing that this month, so that's awesome. Yeah, Barbara.
I think like sometimes I think about too much about what I'm gonna say next. Like I was trying to stick. You know,
Mm.
you probably don't have the script, but this one I was trying to stick to what we were given. That I missed like Peter's running out, which I
Mm-hmm.
like in all these plays when like the little details they noticed on it became the game. So you really have to focus not on what you're gonna say, just kind of let it.
That's right, and trust that from there, the next thing to say will show up, right? If you stay really present in the scene and really listen to everything, the answer for you to say back will become so obvious. But we can't help it, we're planners, right? So you got this thing and you're trying to plan out where you're going to take the scene and what's going to happen next, and it's good to think about that. It's good to have that in the back of your mind and be aware of it, like when we're creating our plays, right? We got to know the title of the play, we got to remember all the things that have happened so far, but at the same token, we have to stay present with our partner. That's such a great observation, Barbara. Great, awesome. Any others before we wrap up tonight? Awesome, I have one last observation for y'all that I just think is really cool, okay? Here's the deal. We just put up 9 scenes of the exact same thing, and every single one of them was laugh out loud, ab-hurting funny. But if you think about it, this was literally the exact same scene. We just did the exact same thing 9 different times, and it was funny every time. Why is that? 2 reasons. Number 1, the characters were really interesting, and they each understood their role. I'm the justifier, I am the questioner. I understood where in the formula I fall in the balance, and then you just fell into your roles. Because we did that over and over and over, the thing that changed were the companies and the suggestions and things like that, and that's exactly how it is for improv. So this is a prime example. If you follow this formula, you can literally do the same thing over and over and over with the different details, and it will work. And then in each of these, when you're watching them back, look for all the subtleties of what made them funny. And we talked about some of them, but I did not address all of them because we're moving pretty fast, right? So make sure to watch your tapes and go through that. Your homework is to take this boss exercise and write it out. Literally do it. Think of the company, write out what kind of boss you're going to be, write out what kind of assistant you have, and literally type it out, top to bottom. See how far you can question it. Do at least one of these, but the requirement would be to do 3 to 5 of them. 3 to 5 different companies, because why? You get in the habit of doing it. So what I would suggest is do a new one every day. Do it every day this week and just keep getting the habit. By the time we get back here next week, you'll have done it 5, 7 times, right? And feel a lot more comfortable with this happening organically, the same way we do with our expos as we rehearse them every week and get better and better at it. And those who've been with us for a while can tell you it works. The expos work, and it can feel like, oh, we're doing that again, we're doing it again. That's because solid foundation builds a awesome house, okay? Without the foundation, you will slide off the mountain, okay? Great work tonight, guys. If you're new, you have a portal and you can jump on there. The video will already be up, and then the information will go up tomorrow as far as homework and all that stuff.